You didn't even wear a mask when committing the robbery, did you?
No, I didn't. You know, when I go...
Do you know what the victim said?
But that can happen to anybody.
Happen to anybody?
Sure, the wrong place at the wrong time.
Aggravated assault? Assault with a deadly weapon?
In 1978, the world was introduced to two young black boys from Harlem who was taken in by a wealthy white businessman and his daughter. A Different Strokes, the wildly popular television show that dominated the early 80s with one single catchphrase.
What you talking about, Willis? What you talking about, Willis? What you talking about?
But when the show ran its course, the now famous young stars would struggle heavily to cope with life that wasn't projected through the TV screen, resulting in heavy drug use, legal issues, and ultimately a tragic loss. This is A Different Stroke.
Drew Mickelson from Eyewitness News reports some say it was a drug addiction that could have been prevented.
Television fans first knew Dana Plato as Kimberly Drummond on the sitcom Different Strokes. But in Las Vegas, Plato was made famous again, this time as a criminal. In 1991, Plato used a pellet gun to rob a video store in the lake.
When he was arrested for carrying a concealed .45 caliber handgun in his car. In his most infamous case, he was charged with an attempted murder.
Different Stroke star Todd Bridges is speaking out from his jailhouse while awaiting trial.
Just look at them. Aren't they gorgeous? Stay out of my room, or I'll punch you out.
Then what happened? Why the,
For me,
the armed robbery?
Well, I didn't know
Why would you do something to steal $150 worth of stuff at gunpoint? It's almost absurd.
Yeah, it is. See, I was very protected by my mom, emotionally, by the world, you know. And I lived in this little world where I worked, and then she created a place for me to be able to be a kid, and everything was basically pretty, you know. And when my mom passed away and my husband left, I didn't know how to deal. I did not know how to feel emotion. I did not know how to cope with that. And the alcohol made me not feel.
Bridges' fall from grace came after a long, successful run in the series Different Strokes. He admits his problem was cocaine, but he says Hollywood itself was a big part of the cause.
95%, almost 98%, I follow Hollywood because Hollywood tends to, they rise you up to be this person, and then they just, wow, it's gone. They don't want to use you, they don't want to talk to you, they don't know you.
But for now, he has to deal with the charges he's facing and the life behind bars.
At one time, I even thought about suicide being inside of here. I didn't think I could handle it. So I got into God, I got into praying a lot. And God brought me out of it, basically. But as far as, as being on drugs, I'm not on drugs anymore. I'm a fighter now. I'm fighting more and more every day not to go back to my drug addiction.
Dana, you didn't even wear a mask when committing the robbery, did you?
No, I didn't. You know, when I go...
Do you know what the victim said when he called the cops?
And she pulled the gun out from under her jacket, and she goes, "Give me your money."
Oh, yeah, I know what she said. She couldn't believe it. She said, "You're not going to believe this. You know, I have Dana Plato from Different Strokes in here, and she just robbed my store." I believe that's what she said.
She said she loved me. She said she'd never lie to me. She said she'd treat me great. She said she'd always be my number one. But she never said she'd put me in county jail.
But Bridges did land in the Los Angeles County Jail. He has pleaded not guilty to a charge of first-degree attempted murder. He's being held without bond. He and another man, Harvey Duckett, are charged with the shooting and knifing of a third man at this address in South Central Los Angeles. Bridges says his road to prison was a straight line, a line of cocaine.
See, first you start with sniffing and snorting it. That's the average start. And people say, "Oh, I'd never freebase," which they're wrong. Because that's the same thing I said when I first started snorting it. "Oh, I'd never freebase, that's crazy." So I snorted for a couple weeks. Pretty soon there's no more high in snorting it. So you got to find another level, which is freebase. You start freebasing it, that high is instantaneously high. You're high. You're up there.
Hollywood to Denver to Phoenix, fired his manager and sued his parents for allegedly stealing more than $1 million.
I just want to say you're like one of my favorite actors, and there were some rumors going around that you were broke and that you were working as a security guard. Are those true?
I work because I like to work. If I'm working as a security guard or I'm flipping burgers or bagging groceries, it's because I enjoy working.
Well, in trouble by using drugs and doing things that I shouldn't have been doing. That's about it. That's the only crime I've ever really committed was using drugs.
It's not the only crime of which you've been charged.
Well, of course not. But that can happen to anybody. That's something that can happen.
Happen to anybody?
Sure, the wrong place at the wrong
Aggravated
time.
assault? Assault with a deadly weapon?
Well,
drug charges? Happen to anybody?
Yeah.
In May of 1999, Dana Plato would sadly pass away from a drug overdose.
I really just think I wanted people to know that I was hurting really bad and that I needed someone to care about me and help me. You know, I really needed help.
Todd Bridges, who credits God, was able to get his life back in the right direction and, according to him, remained sober.
I've been sober February 23rd, 1993, 20 years now. It's the greatest thing that ever happened to me in my entire life. It's just something that I wish I would have never went to, but at the same time, I have to look at it this way, is that had I not gone that path, I wouldn't be the person I am today.
Gary Coleman, who would revive his acting career with many featuring roles, would sadly pass away in 2010 after falling down from a flight of stairs and hitting his head. Although many people suspect foul play was involved, his wife has not been charged. In 2010, Todd Bridges would also release his memoir, Killing Willis, a first-hand testament to how the entertainment industry builds up child stars and then throws them away.